Greetings, fellow Insomniacs, and welcome to Insomniac Gaming Theater. I am your host, the Crazy Player, and so, as, well, Sun Run here knows, a couple of days ago, so I've been doing a Dark Souls 3 playthrough with my buddy Sun Run, who's hanging out in chat, and I had a day where I was not feeling very well, so Sun went ahead without me, which is fine, but since he is not up to streaming right now for reasons I don't feel like going into, if he wants to, he can. I'm going to take this opportunity to get caught up on a couple of the things that I missed, notably Farron Keep, and maybe some of Catacombs. I don't think I'm going to get all the way through, but we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and get into game and bring you guys all in with me. You talking about your solo stream, son? Alright, let's see. Where was I? I have a delightful 21 souls to me, that's fine though. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Like I said, it's not my thing to get into. If you want to, that's up to you, but yeah.
Back again, I see. I suppose this means you're up.
Indeed. I actually want to check out because I need to start looking into purchasing some sorceries because there are a few areas in this game where pyromancy will not avail me well, and there's a fight that I'm going to need to do that is one of those kinds of fights. So totally understand, son. Happy to have you around.
Come again.
Alright, and then do I have any...
Ah, there you are. I am pleased.
Pyromancies, nothing super serious. And I need 6 Titanite shards to reinforce my pyromancy flame. Okay.
Do not be gone for long.
Alright. So I think that's all of the things for the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and head to Farron Keep. So we're going to work our way through Farron Keep and try and get all of the fat loots. Normally I go to the left, but I'm going to take a quick side diversion here because there are a couple of items right over here that my normal route doesn't bring me into contact with. Now, the other thing to note here, let's see, do I have... I don't really have the space for another ring, which is fine. The other thing to note here is that being poisoned is pretty much inevitable, and also not that big of a deal. The first Dark Souls game, it was a real pain. In this game, it's less of an issue. Alright, since we're going to be running right past here, we're just going to go ahead and sit back at the bonfire, though. Alright. Now, one thing that is nice is that these guys are really vulnerable to fire. So, lots of things in this swamp are vulnerable to fire. So that's very handy. Alright. Especially as a pyromancer. We're gonna go over here and grab this thing real quick. Titanite shard. Sweet. So I recall my main weapon is up to large Titanite shards, so we're not going to be upgrading that anytime soon, but we do have these, but we do need to upgrade the pyromancy flame, because a properly upgraded pyromancy flame is very important. Prism stones. Alright. Time to get probably poison. Yep. Okay. Oops. Kidding me? The Estus shard, which is awesome. It's very good to have that. Hey, another Titanite shard. Cool. So that means I can upgrade my pyromancy flame. I only have 3 of those. I'm not that worried about it. I got plenty of Estus flasks. And the nice thing about being poisoned is that I don't worry about more poison. So I can now run around in the swamp over here, and as long as I don't get hit. And somewhat unsurprisingly, in the midst of all of this, you find lots of stuff that adds poison effects. I don't think there's that much else over here, other than, yeah, that, which will come with that the other way. So, for now, we're going to go up here. We're going to go ahead and cure our poisoning, drink from our flask, and get ready to deal with some offensive enemies. Cool. And that brings us to the first of these flames that we need to extinguish. Do you think it's interesting how we saw the next flame in the background? Alright. Come around the back here, and there are a couple of items. There's also another enemy. These guys aren't too bad. A couple of swipes and they go down. Let's see here. could have sworn there was something behind that guy. But apparently I'm wrong. Alright. Now there are a particular brand of Gru enemies who are a real pain in the butt. We'll encounter them a little bit later. Now, we come down here from the backside of this. And the next area we want to go to is actually right over there. And this guy right here is a real pain to deal with. Both because he's very good at noticing you at the last second before you get the backstab, and he hits like a truck. But we got the backstab anyway, and then we're going to hit him with a fireball, because we do not want any of that. Oh, nice. Okay, we're going to run over here. Not to get poisoned, that's good. Another Titanite shard, and then we're going to go up here, which is where the second flame is. Try not to overcommit to your swings. Easier said than done, but... Watching this the first time was cool, but I don't know that I need to see it for the next two, so... Now that we have done that... We come this way, there is 3 of these guys and then a bonfire behind them, and we want that bonfire. Yeah, when they're sitting down they qualify as one kind of enemy, and then when they stand up they're another. It's kind of annoying. And thus the benefits of having a 100% block shield. That guy's berserking. We're just gonna light his butt on fire. Technically, he took less damage because he was shielding, but because his shield is not very good, it didn't really matter. Alright. Oh. That was weird. Something fell to its death or something. That was funny. Alright, so... we have some things we're going to need to do, but first we're going to go back to Firelink Shrine, and we're going to upgrade our Pyromancy Flame because we want it to be more powerful. Okay. And we are not even close to our... yeah, no, we need like 14,000 for our next upgrade. Our next level up, so that's not happening. So we're going to upgrade our Pyromancy Flame, which actually should be fairly inexpensive. Alright, now we need a couple of large Titanite shards, which we don't have. But since we have like 4,000...
Back again, I see. I suppose this means you're after sorcery.
Indeed I am. Alright, so what do we want to pick up? We already picked up Spook, which is good. Farron Dart is more for pulling, and frankly, if I'm going to pull, I'm going to use arrows rather than magic. Although we are eventually going to want to pick that up. I think we're going to do... We're going to do this one. Just most of our souls, but that's okay. And we're going to put this there. I'm going to go over here and put... Yeah, we'll put this on for now. I do need to upgrade this, but I know I'm 99% certain I don't have the souls for it right now.
Ah, well, 'tis good to see what needs smithing.
See, in order to do this, we got to go over here. Yeah, we need... Actually, not that many souls, but we do need more souls. And the reason we would want to do that is because we want to increase our spell buff. The Heretic Staff is actually a really good staff, especially for the casting levels we're probably going to stick to. One of the nice things about being a pyromancer...
I don't want to see my work squandered.
Yes, thank you, Andre. Oh, that reminds me, I should have him reinforce our Estus.
Ah, 'tis good. What need?
Alright.
Pretty.
So, the thing about pyromancy is, since pyromancy requires a more or less even split between intelligence and faith, right at the moment I'm doing intelligence first, because it does scale slightly better with intelligence, but because it does both, it actually makes one into a fairly balanced caster. You'll get access to most of the big spells. So, all things in time, but we're going to attune. We're going to take off the poison mist because there aren't any mimics in this area, and we're going to put on Great Heavy Soul Arrow, just in case we need to. Just in case we need to fight something that is not vulnerable to fire. Also, I'm going to take a moment to organize my storage box. That away. I don't want to have to go searching for that later, but yeah. Never going to use that. Probably not going to use that. Definitely not using the stone parma because it's way too heavy. And nope. Archdeacon crown. I'm checking the fire resistance because there is going to be an area we're going to go into later that we're going to need a lot of fire resistance. Really, I can speak, I swear. Skirt, Archdeacon skirt. And so we want to make sure that we have enough. All right. In theory, we could put on the poison bite ring, but I don't have anything I can realistically take off for that. So, yeah. Also, we're going to go sell something real quick.
How
because we don't need these.
Ashen 1.
We're never going to wear them, and we already have a set if we do decide we want some. So, alright, back to the Keep Ruins. And then we're actually going to go back the way that we came. I love how those guys stand up even though they haven't actually seen me. Ah. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but one fire orb was enough to guard break one of those guys, so that was very nice. Now, I hear you asking, why are we going back this way? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One is there's some stuff over that... Basically, there is some stuff over that way that we want to go get. So we're going to go get it. But that does mean going past some enemies that we don't like to fight that much. I love how this guy's just in awe of whatever it is he's staring at. No idea what that is, but he's in awe of it. Alright. Now normally I put on this shield in order to try and get some sustain, but since we're going into the poison area, we're just gonna top off, especially since we had, 8 flasks, so... So there's a thing over on this island that we want. Which is right here. Which is the Sage's Coal. When my buddy came through here, he didn't grab this. But it also doesn't matter for him because he is not an intelligence build. He is a strength build, so... Nothing about this matters. And then we're going to... God dang, these guys hit hard. Cracked red eye orb. I'm not that concerned about. Okay. So that was most of what we wanted from over here. So we're going to go back the other way now. But I wanted to go grab that coal because I am a completionist and it matters to me. So also I may want to change one of my weapons into a magic-based weapon because while there are different enhancements that are better for me later on, right at the moment that's actually not a terrible one. So there's that. Now there's the other thing I need to go do. Alright, so we are going to take a drink of our Estus, and actually, on second thought, we're going to sit over here because there are a couple of things right down this way that we want to go grab. So, first of all, there's the doorway to... There's the doorway that we need to go through to get to the boss area. But secondly... Look at those guys all clustered up, begging to be fireballed. Love it. Oh, I missed one. Okay, so we did all that because that's an undead bone shard, which makes our flasks heal for more. So that's very good. And then also right over here, there is... We actually want to go up that ladder because there's some good things up there. But before we do that, we're actually going to go over this way. Because if you look very carefully, you can see some things off in the distance. And we want those things. So... we're going to go get those things. Now, there's going to be some fighting along the way. These guys are fast, but they're not real tough. Especially if you get the lucky backstab. Like, I'm not going to pretend I planned that, but it was good. Now, there's one of those big old crab dudes over here, which is no bueno, especially since we're in deep. Ah! We need to... Oh, Alright, come on. Oh, you son of a biscuit. But yes, in case you didn't know, this area is right by one of the three pale trees where our buddy, the giant archer, will come along and start doing damage to enemies. So, oh, somehow I missed this. Hey, Titanite Shark, good. Good, good, good. Okay. Alright, so we're going to come at this from a slightly different angle. Because we want to try and lure the crab over near... Ah! Damn. Yes. Because if we do this right, our buddy, the giant archer, will smite them for us. And all we have to do is not die. Boom. Now we get the Lingering Dragon Crest ring, which increases the duration of any sort of buffs or other effects. Basically any sort of effect with a duration, which will be advantageous a little bit later on. Now we're going to go get our souls back. Pine bundle. Drink one of our flasks, since we still have a number of them. And now that we're done with this area, because we don't need to come back here. Souls. Ah, there we go. Okay, cool. We're going to make our way over here. Well, that was nice. Alright, and we are going to come over here because we want the Sage's Scroll, which is very important. Yeah, the mushroom people have been killed. A lot of people find that objectionable. Despite the fact that these guys were hostile in Dark Souls 1, they were also so cute. At least the little ones were. The big ones, not so much. Alright. So we're going to head back this way. Oh, our poisoning ran its course, but we're not going to get back fast enough. But it doesn't matter, because we're going back to the bonfire. Oh, hey, we managed not to get poisoned. That's nice. Alright. Contemplating some things. I think I'm not gonna, don't think I'm gonna do that just yet. Alright. So much stuff over in this area. Now, we're gonna come around here. Very nice. No, poison gem. Now, if only poisoning enemies was actually useful. That's not entirely true. It is somewhat useful, but not as useful as all that. This game and its long ladders. Alright, so yes, yet another bonfire. Pray to the old wolf of Farron. Sure, we'll ask to join the Covenant, even though I never actually use that Covenant because it's a PvP Covenant. But that's okay. We have things to pick up. So first off, we go up here. There's a crystal lizard back here. Not that I have that much use for Twinkling Titanite, but, you know, get all the things. And then we're going up here. Now, this guy. This guy is the bane of my freaking existence. Because I want to kill him in order to get the items that are over there, and to get the souls, and to get his soul. But he is resistant to fire. So we're going to go collect some other things around here before we even consider trying to take him on. And frankly, I might come back a little bit later, because I don't super need the item that he's going to give me. So, yeah. Now that said, over here, there are a bunch of crystal lizards over here. And getting them is a big deal. But there's one of them that it's almost impossible to get them before they disappear if you're trying to do this safely. But that's okay because we have a trick. I can crush shield, which, as I recall, gives fire resistance, so that's a good thing. See, there's this guy up here, but if you leave him be, if you go after him, chances are this guy will get to wake up everybody else. Before you're ready to deal with them. Looks like he woke everyone anyway. Yeah, because I'm not going to stand in the middle of all of that. Y'all can have the fireball. Yeah. There's the crossbowman. And then this idiot. And finally, this guy. Alright, so here's the trick. Because, so the lizard got away, but if we quit out to the main menu and then load back in, he should be there. By the way, this is a classic trick from Dark Souls 1 for recovering loot that fell down. And when we load back in, there he is. We need to get him real quick. There we go. Even though he gives us a heavy gem, which we don't actually have a whole lot of use for. And as I recall, is there... Nope, maybe there isn't. I always check these things anyway. Alright. So despite the fact that I have almost full health and almost full mana, I'm actually going to go back down and rest before I try and take that guy. And if I'm going to be perfectly honest, I am seriously considering not doing the boss of this area tonight, just so that I can have my buddy come in and help me get that guy later. Because that guy is a real pain in the butt. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm going to see how well or poorly I do. Yeah, well, and imagine I'm a spellcaster and he's immune to most of the magic that I use. So, or not immune, but resistant to pyromancy. So I need to see how well I fare with sorcery. And if the answer is not well at all, then he's going to be left for another time. Because I don't super need anything he has. Oh, boy. Not doing too badly, all things considered. Crap. Hey, I got him. Nice. That actually went a lot more smoothly than the last time I tried to do this as Pyromancer. Maybe I was just on it this evening. I don't know. That actually went remarkably well. Alright. Well, Looks like I won't be needing that help after all. That was actually pretty funny. Alright, so we'll go back down here. And then, how close are we to the next level? Ooh, we do have enough souls for another level up. So, we're going to go level up. And also... go give those ashes to the Firekeeper and burn that bone shard. Or not the Firekeeper, but the Shrine Handmaiden.
Welcome home, speak thine. Very well. Then touch the take nourishment from these.
Yeah. 15K.
Farewell, Ashen.
Believe it or not, that's not that hard.
How may I be?
Give Umbral Ash.
Ashen one, what woeful umbral ash is this? This barren dust, stuff of a fool, won't yield aught. Where didst thou happen upon the stuff? Tell me for the sport.
Always tell her.
Oh yes, I see. Clinging to lofty dreams in this dying world, more's the pity. It must come from one most foolish indeed. Wouldst thou not agree?
Well, I don't know about all that, but...
Ashen one.
Alright. Yeah, be sure to bring you more souls. And then the other thing I forgot that we need to do, but we definitely
Back
need to
again,
do...
I see. I suppose this means you're after sorcery.
Actually, yes, but also I'm here to give you this.
Oh my. This is stupendous. And the undead legion of Farron possesses sorceries quite unknown. Thank you for upholding your end of the bargain. I doubt I ever would have made this discovery alone. Now, let us unravel the thing, so you may put these new sorceries to use.
So, if you don't give him a... if you don't give him at least one scroll before you finish Abyss Watchers, he leaves and never comes back. And it's actually really useful to have him around, especially if you're going to be a caster like I am. So, we wanted to do that. There's also a series of spells that I'm going to want to buy from him, including, I believe it's Farron Flash Sword, Pestilent Mist, and Oral Decoy, and that will get us both the ring that increases sorcery damage and a ring that makes us silent when we walk. Hi, Triple. One of the cats came to see me, so I'm giving her some pets real quick. Hi, Triple. Okay. Not to mention, against certain very large boss enemies, Pestilent Mist is really quite good.
I am.
Hi, Triple. Okay, so one of the things I do like about the Pyromancy Flame is that it's not very expensive to upgrade. So I'm going to go see if I can sell a couple of lesser souls and get enough to upgrade.
How may I be of service?
I can get. Alright. So we'll come up here. You know what? One of these will be more than sufficient. And then, as I recall, she doesn't have anything we need right at the moment. Because we already have... let's see here. We already have Torch. And everything else is both too expensive and totally unnecessary.
Ashen One.
The kitty cat really wants my attention right at the moment. Alright, so we'll reinforce the pyromancy flame again. Look at that spell buff. Very nice. Doesn't go up as much for the next upgrade, but that's okay.
Do not be gone for long. What is a teacher without a pupil?
Okay, so back to Farron Swamp. We're actually going to go to the Keep Ruins because I don't feel like dealing with the ladder. Hang on a second. The cat is really just eager for my attention right now. Ugh. Sorry about this. I'm having kitty cat issues. Hi. What? I know, not the most exciting footage. Alas, I don't have a camera, so you can't see me petting the cute cat. Okay, yep. Got enough now? Sometimes she just wants to see what's going on around here. And as long as she doesn't sit on my keyboard, we're okay. Alright. Alright, kitty cat. I need you to go down now. We're done for now. Okay. So. Onward. So we go this way. I'm going to go around past these guys. Actually, we're going to run over here real quick. Titanite shard, that's nice. Don't know that I really need any of them right at the moment. Really? Alright, so this big guy off in the distance is a problem, because he can do a lot of damage. Fortunately for us, he is also dreadfully vulnerable to fire. So, yeah, that's how fighting him as a pyromancer goes. Which is nice. Unfortunately, if I remember correctly, there's a second one lurking around here. So we need to get over basically right there to that flame you can see just to the right of my character's head. Not that flame, that flame. trying to figure out how to do that and grab some of the other stuff that's around here. Dark Souls. Alright, and Sunlight Talisman. Drink some Estus soup. Now there are a couple of items over there, one of which is the Great Sword, and I forget what the other one is, I'm going to be perfectly honest. But we actually want to... I don't know that we're that concerned about it. We're not going to use the Great Sword, since I don't remember what the other item is. Dang. Oh well. Being poisoned isn't that big of a deal. Ooh, 2 Titanite shards. That's what we use for like a second, but useful eventually. Since we're poisoned anyway. Dark Souls. Okay. Poison moss clumps. Or purple moss clumps. Things that cure poison. Yay! I mean, since we're here anyway. Head over this way. Oh, there's the somewhere. Okay. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. Alright, so first things first. We're going to... Oh, and I didn't burn the bone shard. Dang. Okay. So we're going to pull that guy over here, and then we're going to light him up. Nice. I'd forgotten he had that. Alright. I'm gonna get healed up. We're gonna wait a moment for our poison level to die down because we're going to rush over there. I should recover my mana while I'm at it. Nope, didn't quite make it. Should have let it die down a little bit more. Oh well. We're here, so we're gonna get this. And that is the door to the boss open. So, we are ready to go face the boss, but there's some other things around here I want to go get before we do that. Also, screw these leaping grooves. Ah! No, I'm dead. I hate these guys. Ugh. I hate those guys. Alright, which means we gotta get over there again. Yeah. They are a real pain in the posterior. Actually, you know what? I mean, I'm going to go around and get that stuff, but I'm going to come at it from a different angle. So, we're going to go in through here. Because I'm going to get back over there and get my souls, dang it. Alright, so we go right over here. Not that you ever really need those stones, because they allow you to remove an infusion from a weapon, but if you want to change the infusions, you can just overwrite it, and an uninfused weapon is not as good as an infused one. So I don't really understand why they exist. But still. Want to get all the things, so we're going to get all the things. And then if we kill these guys, that guy fast enough, these guys just kind of sit here. I'll be perfectly honest, I was after the storyteller mostly because I want the storyteller staff, but I actually know a really good place to go farm that if I really want one that desperately, and that's probably something I'll do off stream. Now, we need to be real careful walking up here because there are some bad dudes up ahead, and we want to make sure that they are well ahead of us before we come through here. Alright. And they are. There are a couple of dark wraiths who make their way up through there and kill most of the Gru along the way. They are some bad, bad dudes. And we want to let them do their dirty work. Both because we don't really want to mess with them unless we have to, and because we get all the souls for all of the enemies that they kill. This is actually, if you for some reason feel the need to farm souls, this is a not bad farming location because the Dark Wraiths will do most of the killing for you. That said, we're actually going to go in here. We're going to set the bonfire just in case, and then we're going to carefully make our way down here. Sorry, dude. You get the backstab. Ooh. One of their spears. Alright, so we're going to come down this way because there are some items down here. Yeah, so the Atonement Miracle actually is terrible. It actually gets you the attention of enemies. So. And then there are a couple of basilisks beneath us, so we're going to drop in and kill them real quick. Now, the thing about basilisks is their only method of attack is to spray you with their breath, which causes curse and will turn you to stone if it works up high enough. But if you don't let them, then they can't hurt you. So they're only scary in large numbers because multiple clouds can build up real quick. But if there's just one of them, and when they do this thing, if you hit them, you knock them right out of it. And you'll notice that they're not exactly real courageous creatures. So as long as you stay out of the cloud, you're good. Now I'm over here mostly because I want to get into this cave. Because there is this scroll, and then also this chest, which has the antiquated dress set. Which has surprisingly high fire resistance, and that's going to matter. Of course, it's a grotesque violation of fashion souls, but, you know, sometimes we make these compromises. So. Alright. We are going to... I still forgot to do that. Okay. So we're going to get cured up here, and then we're going to crack an ember, because there's an NPC invader I'm going to kill real bad. And they render in right around here. Dang. Oh, they got me. Well, so much for that pile of souls. Oh, well. Oh. Actually, since we don't have a huge pile of souls on the line, we're going to come over here, and we're going to open a couple of them. I mean, technically you can grind these guys by resting at the bonfire, coming over and killing them, but since they're not worth super a lot of souls, I don't know that it's particularly worthwhile to do. However, over this way there are a couple of things. One is this guy. We're not going to wake him just yet. Great magic weapon, which, if you are a caster, is good to have. And then this also leads back into the road of sacrifices. Now, unfortunately, these guys are immune, or not immune, but resistant to most magic damage. Ah! I got God. Oh well. No, as I recall, you didn't actually go this way, so that lizard is still sitting there. And given that you now have much better equipment, you might want to come over this way and say hi. Yeah. Speaking of such things, let's be straight up. I got killed by this guy because I got greedy. So... Ah! That time I got the visceral attack I was going for, and I believe that's it for him. And he's worth 2 Titanite scales. And a not inconsiderable amount of souls. Alright. Yes, I'm going after Yellowfinger Hazel again. Yes, yes, yes. Come here. Come along, dears. Come on. Yeah, those guys are really not hard if you know how to deal with them. A lot of people get really scared of basilisks because they remember Dark Souls 1 where those guys... Not only were those guys a real pain, but curse persisted through death. It doesn't do that anymore. So... Alright, let's see if I can get this backstabbed right this time. Nope. Up. Yes! Got it! And then... have some fire. Or actually, yeah. Oh, you're trying to run away and you can't. Alright. Yeah, unfortunately, this chick doesn't run out of mana, but... Ah! I got her. Alright. So I need to drink real quick. And then, you know what? I'm going to chug down another potion. Or another... yeah, whatever. I don't think there's anything back up here except for that one dude who, let's face it, if I don't have to fight him another time, I'm not gonna. Yeah, no. Okay. So, we're going back to Firelink. Yeah, I was pretty proud of that one. That one worked pretty well. Oh, hey, look who's back. Hey, Sirius.
Hello again. I have since heard a great deal about you. For one, that you are most gentle of heart. I, too, am bound by duty, but can offer you my sign. I hear that cordial intrusion lays the path to embers. If I can be of help, by all means, do call upon me. Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
Thank you. It's actually pretty important that she gave us that. So, alright. How are we doing for upgrade materials? Oh yeah, we need to burn that bone shard. No large titanite. Okay. Most of the things that we've got are that we need a large titanite.
I suppose this means you're after sorceries. Oh my. Well, this is very unusual. It's from Seal, an ancient land of golden sorceries. Not even the Dragon School possesses such a long-lost scroll. What would the Xanthus scholars say with their ridiculous headwear? They would simply slaver over this find.
So that actually gives us one of my favorite sorceries, and just a generically very useful one, but you do need to have 15 intelligence, which is more than some builds, notably strength builds, usually go for. But Hidden Body can be really good for getting past enemies in a hurry. So, yeah.
Come again.
But I'm actually going to go level up, as opposed to spending my souls on sorceries. Especially since I can go grind. I can go let the Dark Wraiths do most of the work, and go get souls to spend on said sorceries.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire.
I would like to level up.
Then take nourishment.
Alright, and that brings us to 30 intelligence, which is very good. And with that, I think it's time I start upgrading my... Do I want to go to 40, or do I want to go... I think I want to upgrade my faith at least to 20, and then I'll make a decision.
Farewell.
Yeah, we're going to go back to the Farron Keep perimeter, because we're getting close to the boss. Oh, dagnabbit. I forgot to burn the undead bone shard, so, excuse me, we're going to go right back. Don't mind me, I'm just being dumb. Literally walk forward, sit at the bonfire, and go burn undead bone shard. There we go. Now we're going back to the Farron Keep perimeter. You can't see me right now because I don't have a webcam, but I'm basically doing the face palm. I feel dumb. Because that's like 4 or 5 times I've forgotten to grab or burn that bone shard. I just feel dumb. Alright, so I usually hide out right here until the Dark Wraiths go past. Because I do not want to draw their ire. I want to let them and the Gru kill each other. Okay, they're heading off that way, so I'm going to go this way. This guy is easy backstab. And then I'm just going to stand over here and wait. And watch. Because I am not speed running. And I will take the free souls. Thank you very much. I do love the way this cloak just kind of blows ever so slightly in the wind. Alright, so they're up that way. Excuse me. Grab this ember right here. So in addition to them killing each other, you can also hear the fight of the Abyss Watchers. Them beating the crap out of each other. And yes, I'm a big fan of the backstab. Because if you can't get the backstab, you should try and get the backstab. Alright, grab this item up here. And then we have a couple of dark wraiths down there. And look at how weak they are. I bet I can take this guy out with a single arrow. Oh, maybe not. Here's the question. Is he going to come up here? Or is he going to get turned around? Nope. His AI glitched. Which is fine with me. And then... Can I get the other one? Yep. That was easy. All right. Huh. There we go. There are usually a couple of NPC summon signs around here. So there's actually 3 NPCs you can summon for this fight, but you only get to bring 1 NPC in unless you use a very dangerous item. Especially considering the next area. So we've got Cirrus. We've got Blackhand Goddard. And way back over near the bonfire, at least I have access to a Londor Pale Shade. But I'm actually going to summon in Blackhand Goddard. Not only because he's fairly useful in the fight, but also because he gives you a really cool emote when he comes in. It's especially fun to do that when you're using a giant weapon. Alright. And now the fight with my favorite music in this entire game. It's just so good. Now, I've been told, even though I haven't played it, that these guys look like hunters from Bloodborne, which suggests a certain connection. Alright. You get a fireball in the face, buddy. Yes! Get some, Goddard! Get some! Ah! Crap. Alright, watch it, Goddard. Unfortunately, Goddard... Oh, boy, I'm getting... Alright. Drink. Drink again. Alright. Phase 2. Such a great piece of music. I love it so much. I need to check how I'm doing on mana. Almost out. Okay. So Goddard, distract him for a minute, would you? Alright. Here we go. Ha! Well, that was a happy accident, I'll freely admit, but nothing, but sometimes those are the best. Got him. All right. I mean, it helps that I've done that fight a number of times. Oof. And almost 20,000 souls. Very nice. All right. So we're going to light the bonfire, we're going to sit, and we're going to go back to Firelink Shrine. On the whole, that fight went pretty smoothly. Let's see. Ah, yes. Egon.
Ah, I know you. Been some time. I just dropped in to see how she's getting on. Now, what are you playing at with this circus? This cesspool of doddering old folk and degenerates? Couldn't be better. She must fit in perfectly here. This place is a good...
Yep. It's funny, he's so contemptuous of her, and yet so protective.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak. Very well. Then touch the darkness within, take nourishment.
Alright, so we're going to get these up to... Get that up to 19, because that's going to increase... I'm going to get that up to a total of 20.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Alright. And then... So, from the options that we have, we have a bunch of things that we can get in terms of picking stuff up. There's Havel's Ring, which increases max equipment load. The thing is, I'm not a strength build, so that doesn't do a whole heck of a lot for me. There's the Farron Greatsword, which, don't get me wrong, is sexy, but we don't have the strength for it. And honestly, it's not in our build. So, I mean, with a couple of exceptions, like Deep Soul, which is a terrible spell, but counts for an achievement, and Boulder Heave, which is really not that impressive, but again, counts for an achievement. I'm seriously considering that maybe I should just... Maybe I might want to just, use some of these souls for their soul value. In particular, the Soul of the Blood of the Wolf is worth a lot of souls.
Now, do not be away, both.
Yeah. Alright. Huh. So here's the thing. I don't want to do the entire catacombs right now. For a couple of different reasons, including but not limited to, there's some stuff in there that I'd like to actually show Sun when we co-op again on probably Sunday. Um, And since the only other things I would want to do right now are some grinding. Let's see here. Really, I've only been streaming for an hour and a half. It only took me an hour and a half to do Farron Keep. Nice. Okay. Sorry, I had to check something real quick. Trying to decide how far into the catacombs do I want to go? Because there's an item right at the front that I do want to get, but the funny part is that's actually something I want to show Son. Of course, if you're still here and paying attention, I can show you the thing. I'm thinking. I also got a bunch of stuff I can sell. I wonder if it's time to go do...
Oh, how may I...
Let's see, if I don't sell any of the boss souls, it's 6,000 plus 7,000 is 13. If I sell all of my non-boss souls, I'll have just over 20,000, which is enough to buy that key. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it because it's time. Oh. I forgot that I don't actually need to sell all of them because I already have a couple of thousand. Okay. Cool. Purchase item. So we're going to go do the tower. Which is not a very long thing. But
Ashen One, be sure.
Yeah. Be sure to bring you more souls. I heard you the first time, creepy old lady. Hey! Nice, I got another seed of the giant tree. Alright. Now, hopefully this will mean that I will get... There's a certain interaction I'm hoping for. But... we'll have to see because I accidentally messed the whole thing up before. So first we're going to drop down here. Alright. Kick down the ladder. And then I don't think there's anything else up on the roof here other than the nest. I don't think I have anything that they especially want that I haven't already traded them. So we're gonna go descend the ladder. Okay. Oh, good. There's the sound. So the Firekeeper Soul is up here, which is an item that can be important. Don't do that, computer. You scare me when you do that. Alright. And then we come down here, and we get Patches.
Sorry, friend. Be more careful. By the gods, curiosity is going to kill you, kittens. Some places are better left alone, you know. Oh, sorry. Am I a tad too late?
Alright, so in order to get down, we can either take the safe way, which is this way, or we can take the somewhat more dangerous path, which is this way. And in case you can't tell by all of the bloodstains here, some people mess this up. And there's a decent chance that I will too. But if I remember correctly, if we roll off the edge here... Oh, no, we didn't. Oh, hey, we got it. We took a lot of damage, but we got it. So, if I'd been really smart, if I'd been like Galaxy Brain, I would have used the... I would have attuned the spook spell. Yeah, I've done this a few times, so... And then we come up over here and we get the Estus Ring. Now, the thing with the Estus Ring, the regular Estus Ring, is that it allows you to recover more health when you drink from your Estus Flask, which can be very useful if you're one of those people who loves to drop points into Vigor. Unfortunately, later in the game, it's not as useful. Alright, so we're going to go back inside, we're going to sit at the bonfire, and then we're going to go have a little conversation with Patches. But yes, I'm pleased that I managed to do that without falling to my death.
Ah, oh, you're alive.
Yes, I am.
Hold your horses. Let's have a nice talk about this. I'll come clean. I did you wrong. I didn't mean it, though. Not one bit. You get these urges, running the business and all, and I hate myself for it. I do. You know what I mean. Terrible, really. But I can see you'll forgive me. You're alive, after all. And that's what counts, right?
Actually, I'm undead. You can't actually kill me and make me stay dead, so...
Oh, for heaven's sake, no need to jest with a face like that. You're still alive, and I'm here grovelling in the dirt, so to speak. Oh, I know. Here, a token of my sincerity. Right and proper, huh? We're just a couple of outcasts. Let's make the best of it.
Patches. Alright, yeah, that's what I suspected. First of all, it is worth noting that he has some embers for sale, although I would not pay $5 grand for them if you can help it. He also has the black leather armor set, which is nice, but I don't think it's any better than what I'm wearing, and more importantly, I think it's heavier. I'm not exactly real long on the vitality, so I'm just going to stick with what I have.
Well, you could try looking a little harder.
Yeah, shut up. Oh, also, not that I think I'm ever going to have a reason to go up there again, but... because as far as I know, there's no reason to go up there ever again. But still, I'm going to come over here. Oh, okay, cool. It unlocked itself. Usually I have to come back and unlock it, but okay. The only other reason to come up here is to go give items to the birds. Although, you can just take the ladder. So... Alright, now for the question. How far into the catacombs do I want to go? Because I've kind of been stalling because I don't really have a good decision here. Oh, yes, also, we should.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire. Ashen One, this is much like what lies within me. Then let it find its own place within my bosom. She will understand. We are both firekeepers after all. Forgive me, sister. May the flames guide thy way.
So, yeah, 87,547 souls to heal the dark side. And if you do that, Yuria will never talk to you again.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames
It's
guide
very
thee.
expensive. Alright.
Well, matters good to see you. What needs smithing?
Oh yeah, I should put these away. What can I even... I mean, I don't have enough souls, but... Oh. Shoot. I never gave him this.
Well, well. What's the undead legion doing with a coal such as this? I'd heard one of the crystal sages had sided with Farron's abyss watchers. I suppose it must be true. You should know. This coal is imbued with magic. First one I've ever seen. Hardly a surprise, is it? I've never been one for books or wise men.
Alright, so... in theory, we could infuse... I have a lot of options, but none of them particularly good. Oh, I could upgrade that. Oh, right. My shield. I could upgrade my shield. I should probably do that. Let's see here. Yeah, this one's fire resistance. Okay. And then the stone great shield. No. Requires 38 strength to use it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and upgrade this one. Because we should have better stability. Alright, so I'm going to go grind for some stuff, and that's not something that's going to make for particularly interesting streaming. So I think I'm going to call the stream to a close here. I'm going to go see if there's anyone I can raid. I think we'll go raid my buddy Sharp. So, give me just a moment here. Alright. So, I want to thank you all for coming and hanging out. And we're going to go raid Sharp. And then I plan to be back again Sunday back to doing co-op with my buddy Sunrun. Will get me through the Catacombs of Carthus, which honestly shouldn't take that long. And maybe then do some Irithyll of the Boreal Valley. So, until then, everybody have a good night, and get some rest.